Hey there, Negative Gamers, Phil here, and with another video adventures in Middleaged Gaming. Now this time I'm talking about relationships. Recently I've been thinking that the console cycle is starting to get a little bit long in the tooth. Now everyone's talking about a 10-year life cycle for the PS3, the 360, who knows about the Wii? The Wii doesn't really count. But I tried to explain to a friend of mine recently that there's really 4 stages of intimacy in a relationship. And they all revolve around basically taking your beloved more and more for granted. And they also revolve around bodily functions. Now, first off, this is when you first start dating somebody. It's the first time you fart in front of her. And it's perfectly natural, as you well know. But after you've been with someone a certain amount of time, it's just reality. You're going to have to let one rip. And either she's going to like it or she's not going to like it. Either you're going to like it or you're not going to like it. But it's a stage. Secondly, urination. Once you start getting intimate with somebody, you're at her place, she's at your place, there's bathrooms, it's not always practical to lock the door. So you're going to take a whiz in front of each other at some point. And in some ways this is nice. It's a sign that, you know, you're getting all close, all lovey-dovey, you're kind of maturing. It's not a big deal. But then there's the slippery slope. When you start to take a dump in front of her. Now let's just say, the first time you crunch one out while she's putting on her makeup, or while you're shaving, she walks into the bathroom, drops trowel, and just really cuts loose, really voids, well, let's be honest, the magic's gone. Now, I kind of feel that's the stage we're at now with the consoles, with the 360 and the PS3. It's a mature relationship, we're all together, we've got some good games, we've got some bad games, we've got things happening, but when you get right down to it, essentially, we're all taking a dump on each other. Gears of War 3, been announced this week. Jimmy Fallon bumped Cliffy B for Justin Bieber, which is my favorite news story of the week. But he finally got to announce it on Jimmy Fallon. Cliffy B did. And to nobody's surprise, Gears of War 3 is coming out. But it's not coming out until 2011, which I think is important in terms of the time frame. I wouldn't be surprised if later in 2011 is when we're going to see the first kind of, the real hints, the real rumors about an Xbox 720. That's just my own personal prediction at this point. But it also got me thinking that we're starting to head into the new stage of the relationship. And this is where you've been together so long, where you've done everything, you may have had kids, you may have not, you may be living together, but you've just gotten to such a certain point where one time you're going to lean over to your girlfriend or wife in the middle of the night, you're going to give her the come hither look, and she's basically going to throw a bottle of Jergens at you and say, have at it. It's basically the point that your partner says, listen, I can't be bothered, why don't you go fuck yourself? And I don't think we're at that point yet, but I think we're getting to that point. Again, I think we're all just taking dumps around each other. What do you think? Anyway, that's me, Phil Doherty, philbart999 at negativegamer.com. Got some announcements. There's been a great article by Mark Stewart on things we hate about games, unlockables and multiplayer. You definitely want to check that out. Chris Dow has done a really good review on one of the Old Spice infomercial type games that's out. You might also want to check that out. Okay. That's Phil out. Hope everyone's having a good time, and I'll see you on the site. Take care.